the equation of the quadratic function with the following transformation. And there's only one of them here. It's just this right 4. All right. And they want you to identify these letters here. Maybe it's not clear, but they're referring to what is called vertex form.
Okay.
And so it's like when they say A, they're asking for this one, they're asking for this letter here, and then this letter here. Okay. So to do this, I think the most appropriate way to proceed is actually to well, actually, let's just jump right into it. There's no reason to do that. So we're going to graph this function x 1 parentheses x minus 4 squared plus 0. Okay, so this, if we were to graph this on the right here, this would be, it would have a right 4 transformation. So this right here means right 4, the way it's written here. Do you remember that from class? Was that covered?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just cut to it here. A is 1, H is 4, and K is 0.
Okay.
So they're saying right 4 only affects the H value.
Okay.
So then they want you to
So
write
I'd have to write the equation for what you wrote?
Yes, but I think we want to, my guess is they want you to simplify it to just x minus 4 squared.
Okay.
I'm not sure, you know, this will, maybe we'll figure out a bit more as we go through it today. Label. Okay. Okay, so then before we can do part B, we need to talk about the parent function. So if x and y equals x squared, do you remember the table? Do you remember the table of values for this?
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah.
Okay, do you remember what goes over here on the right?
So at the right, positive 2.
You're squaring this, you're squaring these numbers. So you're like multiplying it by itself. That's what this means. It means take like -2 and multiply it by itself. So like -2 times -2.
Okay.
It's like y equals parentheses -2 squared. What does that equal? What is -2 times itself?
A -2 times itself.
Yes.
I'm just always yawning.
It's okay.
Okay, and that right there is 4. A -4.
It's 4. And the next one here is -1 squared, which is -1 times -1. What does that become when you multiply -1 times -1? You're multiplying, right? -1 times -1. You're not adding, you're not subtracting, you're multiplying.
Yeah.
What is 1 times 1?
1 times 1 is 1.
Okay, so that this is 1. Now is it positive or negative? You got a negative times a negative.
A negative times a negative, right?
Right. Does that make a positive or a negative? So a positive times a positive gives you a positive. A positive times a negative gives you a negative. A negative times a positive gives you a negative. A negative times a negative gives you a positive. So notice that if they're the same sign, see how these are the same sign? It gives you a positive. If these are the same sign, it gives you a positive. So what is negative times negative?
1.
1, what is it? Positive or negative?
Positive 1.
Positive 1, good. The next one is y equals 0 squared. What is 0 times 0?
It's 0 times 0 is just 0.
Good. Y equals 1 squared. What is 1 times 1?
1.
Y equals 2 squared. What is 2 times 2?
4.
4. Okay, so to summarize here, and this is what's really important here is when you are given the parent function y equals x squared, you have to be able to like roll out of bed and like know this that well. You have to know that the numbers on the right are 4, 1,
Wait, can you go
0.
back up?
Sure.
Okay, okay. All right. So are we going to B now?
No, I'm trying to get you to see the importance of this right here. You have to like roll out of bed and like know this. That's how important this is for this part of the class.
Okay.
So what do you do to remember stuff, to memorize stuff that's really important? Let me know when you have an answer.
Okay. Okay.
So what do you do, Sourish, when like something's really important? How do you say, hey, I got to remember this? What do you do to memorize really important information?
You have to like oh my god, I'm always yawning. It's always make me yawn. Anyway, so for that that 2.
What question have I been asking you now
What do
twice?
you
That's
do to memorize or remember really important information?
yes, I'm asking you
You have
what
to follow the math and just focus for where you're getting wrong.
I'm asking more generally, like you know, like do you like sometimes people want to know their blood type or their address or their phone number or the directions home. Like what do you do to like remember stuff that's important?
Hmm.
So here's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, maybe the functions or maybe the quadratic.
So some students, like what they will do is they will write it down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They'll write something down over and over and over again. Okay.
Mhm.
Another strategy is to say it out loud. Sometimes
Say
when
it
you
out loud.
yeah, like sometimes like the more senses you involved. So if you read -2 4 -1 1 0 0 1 1 2 4, you're using 2 of your senses. You're saying it and you're hearing it.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to like academic stuff, like some students like to make like flashcards or use like Quizlet. Okay, so some people they like to um, try to write it down or be tested on it. You know, they ask a friend, hey, like ask me this question real quick and see if I understand it. So these are just a couple of strategies that you can use. And
Okay.
there are many others to remember. It's like you have to remember this table here. Okay, so do you have this table down in your notes?
Well, I stapled this one in my notes, and yeah, I have that in my notes.
You have this in your notes, like
The in this what is this called? A table or something?
yeah, this table.
The table. Yeah, I did that. I wrote that down during in class time, and
But
yeah,
do you have it now in front of you? Do you have it in front of you? Can you get it? Like, do you have
I'm
it
gonna.
right now?
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Okay, okay, go ahead and grab that, please.
I have it just around here. I need to find it. Yeah, I have it here. I
Okay,
have it.
you've got it there right now. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so give me the values that go in this table. Give me the values on the left and the values on the right, if you've got it there.
4,
Okay, 4.
-2 at the x,
Okay,
-1 at the x,
yep,
1 at the y,
okay.
0 and 0, 1, 1, 2 at the x, and 4.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to ask you for this over and over again today. So I'm glad you've got it there for you. All right, so now we can go to part B. Okay, part B is to graph these ordered pairs on the left.
Okay.
So the first ordered pair, we're actually going to start in the middle, is at 0, 0. This is 0, 0 right there. I'm going to graph the next one on the right here, positive, the 1, 1. Okay, and then the next is 2, 4. So this is 2, 4 up here. Now, if I go the other way, we can graph negative 1, 1. And then negative 2, 4. So the other day I mentioned to you that this is a U-shaped graph. It's often called a quadratic, a
Okay.
parabola, and so on. Is that okay?
I'm just writing it. I'm just writing it.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, get that down, please.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to do the middle graph here in a moment, but we're going to transform the table first. Okay, so in this question, we're going right 4 units. Okay, and what that means is you add 4 to the x values. Everything in this first column here on the left are the x values. So we're gonna just add 4 to each of those x values. So if you add 4 to negative 2, what does that become? We're just going to add 4 to each of these x values.
Okay.
So
-2 at the x.
negative 2 plus 4, what is that?
-2 plus 4 is like a 2 or
2.
maybe a 6.
It's
Or maybe
2.
I'll just make it 2.
It's 2. So now again, like, let me just grab this here. So this to here, we add 4. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to add 4 to this one. What is negative 1 plus 4?
-1 plus 4. Okay. -1 plus 4 is 3.
Good. Okay. Now we're going to add 4 to 0 because each time we're going to add 4.
Got 4. Okay. All right. So 0 right there. We just we can make it.
We're add 4. What is 0? What does 0 become when you add 4 to it?
Well, if you add 0 to the 4, then it can give you a 4 right there. So
That's right. So 4. Okay. Can you keep going? Can you give me the next one? So 1 plus 4.
For 1 to the 4 1 it equals 5.
Very good. And 2 plus 4?
6.
6. Okay. So right 4, we added 4 to the x values. We're all done with that. We actually make no change to the y values. The y values all stay the same. Okay, now let me get to what you're going to write because I know that that's important to get down here. Okay, so in this middle this middle, let me get rid of this stuff. The middle graph there, we're going to graph these ordered pairs.
All right.
Okay, so like 2, 4, 2, 2, and then I'm going to go up 4. So 2, 4 is there. 3, 1, 3, and then 1. 4, and then 0. 5, and then go up 1. 6, and then go up 4. So something like this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so you got this down?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we're actually all done with question 1. Can you believe that?
Wait, what about oh, wait. How are there two transformation problems here? How are there two transformation things here?
The instructor probably wants you to, well, they'll be used for the other ones. They used copy and paste. We should
I'll just
show-
X that one that we did not do. The
Okay.
one for after the one we did, the transformation, and then it's a third grab, which is the second.
Yes. Okay, so one thing I did not do is I didn't label the points. It does look like your instructor wants you to label them. So go ahead and
Okay, yeah.
let me know when you have these done.
I'm writing that down. Okay.
All right, you got all that down?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to 2A. Okay,
Yeah.
we should definitely be able to get through most of this question here. It's very similar to the last one, so I'm going to ask a lot of the same questions. Okay. All right, so the instructor actually gave you in these in the wrong order. The first transformation that you do is left, and then you do a vertical stretch of 2. So again, let me do this for you. A x minus h squared plus k, and let me give you the values here. So it's 2x plus 5 squared plus 0.
That's the equation.
Right. So the value of a is 2. The value of h this time, it's not 5. It's actually -5, because see how there's a negative in front of there? So-
Yeah, but it's still positive.
Right, but h is actually -5, because if you negate a -5, that's how you get +5. And k is 0. And a is 2. So left 5 is why is that when you go left, that's why h is negative.
Okay. All right.
And in terms of the equation here, y equals 2 parentheses x plus 5 squared.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Matthew. Okay.
Great. Okay, so now this I've asked you once before. This is probably the last time I'll ask you for this tonight. Can you give me the values that go in this table?
the value of that table?
Yes. There's 5 values on the left and 5 values on the right. You got to know them. Like roll out of bed and you know them.
Okay, for that, okay. All right, so all right. So for that, and a -2,
Okay, -2.
and a 4.
Okay, good.
Well, I can put the same one if you want.
Yeah, I'm asking you, this is like me just making sure you got this down and
Yeah.
you're doing a great job.
Okay, so we need for that -1 and
Okay,
1,
okay,
0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 4.
perfect. So the way you said that is exactly what I want to hear when you do this. So the next thing we're going to do here is part B for that one.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, it's actually the same sketch that we did for the previous one. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4. And then going other way, it's -1, comma 0, -2, comma 4.
Okay, let me just write it.
Let me know when you get all this down so we can move on to the next.
Yeah, Matthew. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to grab this table.
Wait, I need to finish that.
All right.
Okay.
Ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to grab this table. And the first transformation we're going to do is we're going to go left 5. So let me I just want to make this slightly smaller here. Okay, good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go left 5 units. Is that what it said? Let me go back and check. Yes, left 5. So left 5 means to subtract x by 5. So we're going to take this first x value and we need to subtract it by 5. So it's essentially -2 minus 5. What does that become?
Okay.
-2 minus 5.
-2 minus 5 is 7.
-7.
Okay, -7.
So now we take -1 and we subtract 5. So what is -1 minus 5?
-1 minus 5. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. -6.
Very good. How about 0 minus 5?
-5.
Very good. Can you give me the last two values? 1 minus 5.
-4, -3.
Very good. Now the y stays the same. So it's the 4, 1, 0, 1, 4. Okay, so now I'm going to grab that. I'm going to snip that middle graph and we're going to do the middle graph with this first transformation. Okay, so I'm just going to slide this off to the right here. Let me get rid of this, snip this in. Boom. Okay, so we're graphing these ordered pairs. So -7, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up 1, 2, 3, 4. So like somewhere like there. -7, 4. Then we're going to graph -6, 1. So -6, 1 is about there. -5, 0 is there. -4, 1 is there. And -3, 4 is there. And again, it's got this U shape. So it looks something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Let me just
Okay.
make the line right there.
Just let me know when you're all done.
Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. I'm just almost done with it. Okay.
You
Now
got that all done? You got that all
Yep.
down?
I got that all done.
Great. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this table that we just worked with
Mhm.
because we're going to use it for the next transformation. Remember, there were 2 transformations in this one?
2 transformations.
Yes, the first one was left 5. But if you go up to your paper, you'll see that the second one is vertical stretch by 2. Do you see that on your paper there?
I'm seeing it only in your
Right,
board.
right. But do you see that on your paper that there's a vertical stretch of 2?
Yeah, the vertical stretch of 2, yes.
So that affects the y values. So you multiply y by 2.
Y is 4, right?
You multiply each of these y values by 2. So let's do that. What is 4 times 2?
4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 2 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8.
Okay, and you keep the x values.
Okay.
Let me put this right there. I think it'll be a little clearer. Okay. So now we can make our third graph. Okay, so I'm gonna snip that in here. And again, we're just graphing the ordered pairs here. So -7, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's that first point there. That's -7, comma 8.
Okay.
Then I'm just going to graph the next ordered pair, -6, comma 2. The next one is -5, comma 0. -4, 2. And then -3, 8. And that's what your instructor is looking for on this one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is important for me just to be able to help you better. You got it. Do you have all this down?
I have I have the plotting and at the quadratic function at the top.
Are you copying down the tables?
Wait, do I have to copy down the tables? I didn't know.
Well, no, you don't have to, but I would recommend doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I let me just do that, and I will be. Let me just do that. Hold on.
It's okay. I mean, for the next, I'm just asking. That's why I'm trying to make sure I know what you're doing because I can't
It's
see
okay.
yours.
I have to write all this down. Okay, it's okay. All right. It's gonna be very fast. Okay. 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 Can you go back up so I can do that too?
Yeah, let's grab this next one here in blue.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I already got that down. Can you just go back to the A, 1A? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
So for 1A, this is the transform graph. We want to get that down.
okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Let me know how you're doing on that.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I did it.
Okay.
Okay, I did it.
So we're only going to go for another couple of minutes here. What I'd like to do is give you the equations for each of the remaining ones in case you want to work on these on your own.
Uh,
So I believe 3A is the next page. Yeah. All right. So for this one, the up 16, that affects the K value. That makes K 16.
yeah, okay.
The vertical reflection, it affects A. It makes A -1.
Okay.
So if the transformation doesn't affect one of these values, it goes back to 0.
Okay, so I'll just write those down. I'll just write those down.
Yes. And then we want to get the equation down as our last part of this 3A.
Okay, there we go. Equation. I know that, so
You
I think I
take
know
this,
that. Yeah, y equals -1, x, x minus, h.
H is 0 though. H is 0.
Yeah, minus h, 2 plus 16.
Right. So this simplifies to negative x squared plus 16. That's what your instructor wants to see.
Okay,
All right, we're going to do 4a equation, and that'll probably take us to the end of our lesson
wait,
time
what
for
about
today.
the sketching and the parent functions?
We're going to probably have to pick that up on Thursday, but we can definitely get through this. I want to make sure that if you want to try some of these on your own, that you have enough information to do that.
Maybe if I, maybe, okay, maybe, okay.
So down 6, down, up or down affects k. Down means negative, -6. The vertical shrink affects a, and that's 1/2. Again, if the transformation doesn't affect the value, it goes to 0.
Okay. All right,
Okay, so let's substitute these values in here. A is 1/2.
yeah, it equals, x squared plus 6.
-6
Okay,
because k is -6.
yeah.
Okay, great job. We can pick this up on Thursday. We could probably get through most of the rest of it.
I think this is, maybe, I think a little bit is good.
Yeah,
I
did a
think a
great
little bit is
job.
good. Maybe it can help me in my test. Well, thanks,
Absolutely.
Matthew.
You're welcome. I'll see you next time. Have a great night. Bye
Okay,
now.
Dad.